a guest.
Yes, how are you? My name is Andrew Roth. I was born in Korea, but I grew up in the United States, and I can call the Africa Great Lakes region home for the past 15 years.
Oh, wow. Actually, I didn't know that you're Korean,
Yes,
honestly
Korean.
speaking.
Yes, no, I was born in Korea, but then I grew up in US.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're a Korean American.
Correct.
Am I right?
Correct. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so welcome to my channel. Actually, there are a lot of things that I would love us to discuss more about Tanzania. First of all, how long have you lived in Tanzania, and how many African countries have you visited or lived so far?
Yeah. So I've only been in Tanzania for maybe like 3 weeks now.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is this trip. But I've been in Tanzania. Like I used to live for like maybe three months or so.
Okay.
In the past. But I actually can call between Congo and Uganda home. So yeah, I've spent a lot of time in Uganda. I've spent a lot of time in Congo. So that's where I've spent most of my time. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
amazing. Actually, guys, I'm from Uganda, if you didn't know. Or those ones who are new in my channel, I am from Uganda, and my name is Harriet. Yeah. So, for the being time that you've been living here in Tanzania, how is Tanzania?
Yeah, Tanzania is nice. I mean, it's a bit of a it's hot, so like we use Fahrenheit, so it's 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's what, maybe 30-ish, something like that.
30, 35,
Yeah,
36.
between there. So it's a bit hot, but it's similar to like something like Texas during the summer. So for those of you in the United States, but yeah, the weather is great, and the people are very nice, welcoming. The food is really good because we're close to the ocean. You can get a lot of fresh, fresh seafood. So that's really good. Yeah.
Amazing. Why did you choose Tanzania in particular? Of all
Yes.
African countries, why Tanzania?
Yeah, well, because of doing some business. So I actually do shipping and logistics, so air freight, sea freight, that kind of thing. And so we have a contract that's here. And so I actually have another partner. So I've come to follow up some business, and then after that, move onward back to Uganda, Congo, etc., etc.
Okay.
So yeah.
Great. So I have heard you saying you're working in logistics,
Yes.
like you're shipping things.
Yes.
And here in Tanzania, we have Port Dar es Salaam.
Yes.
Actually, even us in Uganda, we ship things from
Yes.
Tanzania. So,
Exactly.
How do you find Port Dar es Salaam
Yes.
in general, like
Yes.
in terms of shipping of things? Maybe there's someone out there who would love to do the same thing
Right.
that you are doing, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a minimum of 50% of all logistics going to inland Africa Great Lakes region comes through the Dar es Salaam port. So 50% of every good. So if you're in Kampala, everything comes in. If you're in Kigali, in Bujumbura, Burundi, all of that comes through this port here in Dar es Salaam, and even into Congo. And so really, the port is a bit, it's going through some renovations to expand its capacity. And so even right now, there's a queue of boats. Maybe you'll show some of the viewers.
Some of the boats, like, on standstill, like
Exactly.
they're not moving.
Exactly.
I think they are waiting for
Yeah, so they're
clearance.
waiting for a berthing space. That a berthing space is where you park the boat. So they're waiting for a berthing spot to open up, and so then they can come and then offload their goods, get loaded, and then off to their other destination.
Actually, I thought maybe they were waiting for clearance. Like,
No, yeah. So it's clearance one, but then also in addition to the clearance, it's also waiting for an actual space, because the space is very, very limited at the port. So
so they are
yeah.
trying to expand up.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
how do you see Port Dar es Salaam? Do you think the port is going to be transforming the economy of Africa in general?
Well, that's the point because especially like when we think about logistics, there's like what we call intermodal, meaning many modes. So there's air, there's sea, then there's ground freight by train or by lorry, and so because of the railway here. And because of how they're trying to build the standard gauge railroad into inland Africa, that's really a way that you can take from the port, then put it on the trains, and then also with the trucks. So yeah, I can see that the logistics industry, and I mean everything's dependent on logistics. Having your consumer goods, whatever it is, it has to get there somehow.
Okay. So do you think it's a good idea to import from Dar es Salaam, like getting your goods from Dar es Salaam? Is it much cheaper or it's a little bit expensive? So when you see Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, in China,
Yes.
which one do you prefer?
Well, for example, for you to arrange the logistics yourself, say you go to Guangzhou, you go to China, for you to now get it to your final destination, it has to come through one of two ports, either Dar es Salaam or Mombasa, Kenya.
Okay.
And so the thing is Dar es Salaam, they're trying to be a bit more affordable.
Okay.
But compared to Mombasa, but
Okay.
Mombasa is very aware of the pricing difference, so there's a competition between the two ports.
I think you're great somewhere because even as Uganda, before we used to get our goods from Mombasa,
Yes.
but I think now the government is shifting it to Dar es Salaam. I
Yeah.
think maybe because of the cost.
Well,
I think
it's
so.
an opportunity because people automatically, I mean, in Africa, even $100 matters. So
Yeah.
people, if the cost is $100 cheaper, they're going to go where it's cheaper. But now, if it's $1,000 or $2,000 cheaper, they're going to go where it's cheaper.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So, Andrew, how do you see the infrastructure here in Tanzania, Dar es Salaam? Do you think in the next few years ahead, Tanzania is going to be a different country in Africa?
Well, I kind of believe that Tanzania, because once you build one piece of infrastructure, you have to build the next.
Okay.
So I think with the roads, I think you'll see some more expansion. Here in Dar es Salaam, it's one of the largest cities
Yeah.
in East. It's number one, I think, in
Yeah,
East
it's
Africa.
East
Yeah.
Africa, and in Africa, it ranks number 5.
Number 5, yeah. So it's about what, 18 to 20 million, something
Yeah.
like that. So that's quite large, considering like Kampala is a city of 5 to 7 million. You know, so we're talking
We're not
three,
even
4,
5
yeah,
million.
5
Come
million.
on, we are 2 points.
2 points. So how many times? So that's 10 times the size, or 8 to 10 times the size. So
Yeah.
you know, when you think about that, the only climate that I'm seeing is the government needs to maybe improve their efficiency.
Okay.
Because ultimately, me as a consumer, time is also money.
Yeah.
So if I can clear my goods, even though it's a slight more cost from Mombasa, I'm going to do it because if it takes 30 days rather than 40, sometimes that matters to some clients.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I think can improve, is not so much the infrastructure of the roads and what. Yes,
Yeah.
that will improve,
Yeah.
but I think also like the government efficiencies.
Okay.
That's something to look forward to.
Okay, so when it comes to transportation here in Tanzania, do you think Tanzania is one of the East African countries that has at least the good transport system, according to you being here?
Yeah, I think it's quite advanced. I mean, the railway with the expansion of the railway here, that's really improved, and it will continue to improve because then that also reduces cost.
Okay.
So that's a major infrastructure win. In terms of the roads, I think the roads are comparable to any other country,
Yeah.
but because Tanzania is such a big country,
Yeah.
they have to extend their road network.
Yeah.
So,
that's
yeah,
right,
yeah.
that's right. So, for your time here in Tanzania, how do you find Tanzania as a country and also people of Tanzania?
Yeah, the people are great. And so one thing that's really helped me is because I know Swahili.
Oh,
Yes,
you know
yes, I know
Swahili!
Ninajua Kiswahili.
Oh,
Yeah, and so
wow.
it really helps me out a lot. So,
greet
yes,
them, talk to
so
them in Swahili.
the local, like informal is Mambo VP, Habari Yako. Yeah, so yeah, that's the small local Swahili.
Yeah,
but,
it's always good to learn
yeah.
basic words at least
Yeah.
when you're visiting a country. That will also help you to,
Yeah.
blend in with
Yes,
the
it
people.
does. Yes, it
and
does.
yeah, you feel like you are among them.
Yes.
Because if you don't know the language, that makes it more difficult. Even me myself, guys, I don't know Swahili, but I try to speak broken Swahili.
Yeah.
Though last year, actually, in our country, Uganda, they implemented Swahili as
Yes.
to be our second official
Yes,
language.
yes.
I think the younger generation is gonna benefit in that.
Yeah.
So for us, we are trying also to maneuver to.
Yeah.
Hopefully, who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, so Swahili really does help though. Knowing Swahili, that's also a way that even though I look like I'm Korean, like I'm from Asia, by speaking the language, it really breaks down barriers.
Yes, and people
yes.
be like, yes. And what I know
Yes.
about people of Tanzania is they are so much proud of their language.
Yes,
you
they
know,
are, yes.
if you tell them English, they feel like English.
Yeah.
So they are so much proud of Swahili, which is
Yeah.
really nice. Yeah, grateful for that. And what I also love about the people of Tanzania is they are so calm,
Yes.
so loving. They are slow people just like Ugandans. I mean slow in the way how they do their things. Like they are very calm people. They are not there like to react, to shout so much on social media.
Yeah, no.
No, there are people who do their things in a silent way. Like now the development that is taking on here in Tanzania, they are calm, they are quiet.
Yeah.
And what I know about also them is that they are people of Tanzania, they don't care what the media says.
No.
don't
they don't care. We are Tanzanian, and because we're Tanzanian, we're going to do it our way. Which is good, because then that's also, if you look at the history, it kind of allowed them to, during the 60s and 70s, to advance during, like, because of, during the Cold War and that.
World
And so,
War I.
yeah. So then, since then, it's really allowed to develop into the country it is today.
That's great. So before you came to Africa, I know the media portrays Africa in a very different way. What was your
Yes.
thought about Africa and what you heard about Africa? Weren't you scared to come to Africa?
Well, not really. So for me, like you can see what's, like I've done we can say I've done my research, right?
Okay.
So yes, on one side you can see the refugee camps with kids with flies in their eyes and very deplorable situation. But then if you look at Africa, you can look at the beauty, you can look at, you know, the history, and you can quickly find out that there's another narrative going on. So I had a very open mind, and I said, hey, let me come to Africa with an open mind. And I've been here for 15 years. So
15 years.
yeah.
Oh my God! So you are an African.
Somehow.
You are.
Yes.
And you should get an African name. Which African name do you
Well,
desire of your own?
There's some names that have been bestowed upon me, and so here's
We are in Tanzania.
We are in Tanzania, so like you know, like there's some people will say like ndugu is like like my friend or my brother, something like that.
Okay.
Family, like it's like saying hey bro, whatever. So like you know, that's like an informal one, but even though we're in Tanzania, you know, so I've had a few names given to me and good names maybe, but so but I've yet to adopt a full name.
Okay. What's your favorite traditional food of Tanzania?
My favorite traditional food, let's see here. I would say, well, on the coast, there's the fish, the coconut fish.
Coconut
It's like it's in a coconut sauce and it's a bit spicy, and it's like it's
Just like
grilled.
Jamaican? no?
Similar. So it's a whole grilled fish, and then they put they call it the Zanzibarian spices. So it's a bit spicy with a bit of coconut, and then also there's a lot of tomatoes and some vegetables that are like cooked into the fish. So, but it's a full
I
whole
would love to
fish.
taste that.
Yes, it's very good. Yes, yes.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
I really like about that. You know, when you go to every country, you have to immerse yourself in their
Yes,
culture. That is
yes,
one
yes.
of the ways to immerse yourself in the culture. And I like tasting every kind of food.
Even me. I really
I am a
enjoy.
foodie, guys. So
Yes.
sometimes people say, you know, one day I went to Somaliland and I was eating. No, I was in Ethiopia and I ate camel meat.
Okay.
And people were like, Harriet, why did
how
you
can
eat
you
camel?
do that? And it was
then
good,
again,
though.
I ate raw meat.
Yes.
Harriet, why
How
did
can
you
you
eat?
do-
It's unhealthy. So,
Yeah.
it's all about testing, you know.
Yeah.
How do you know that this stuff is good, you know?
Right. No, it's
you have
very
to be
true.
a risk taker.
Yes.
To be successful in life, guys,
Exactly.
you have to be a risk taker.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Andrew,
Yes,
for your time.
thank you,
It was really
Harriet.
lovely to have you on my channel.
Yes.
Subscribe, like. Andrew,
Yes.
you're so knowledgeable. You're so... I don't even know how to call it. Why can't you start a YouTube channel?
I've been thinking about it, and
Yes.
one day I will, maybe. Yeah.
Yes,
So
you should.
until
Document
then,
your
yeah.
journey. Tell people more about logistics. You know,
Yes.
YouTube is not only about travel, but
Yeah.
you can tell people more about. There are a lot of people who want to do business.
Well, it's
like
very
out there.
informative. It's a way of reaching the masses with a tutorial or a way that you can engage and give a different
Yes.
perspective. So
Yes.
that's a good
I guess there's
idea.
someone watching out there and is struggling how she can or he can ship his things from Dar es Salaam.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
Could be the good
Could,
idea.
could
you
be
know?
the way. Could be the way. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll give you in the link. You can put my company or something.
Yeah,
so
sure.
yeah.
You can tell to them. So
Yes,
that I
so-
will also put in the description.
Yes, so it's rothfieldergroup.com. So rothfieldergroup.com. And
Okay.
so we specialize in a variety of different logistics. And logistics is more than just moving an item from point to point, but even the way you communicate. So
Okay, yeah.
we specialize in a lot of different things
Okay,
involving
great.
technology and
Yeah.
moving items. So
Okay.
yes.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna put the link or the info,
Yes.
your info also in the description of my video, so that if there's anyone out there who would love to reach out to you, they can
Very good.
reach out to you.
Very
Yeah,
good.
that would be lovely. You know,
Yes.
you're helping some people out
Yes.
there, million people.
Yes.
And you're
Very
serving
good.
them, you know.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah, thank
So,
you so much for
thank you.
turning up. I
Thank
like
you.
that.
Thank you.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Subscribe, like and share, and don't forget to let us know what you think about today's video in the comment section down below. I like that. Karibu sana.
Asante.